Every great story server
has a villain.
The twist with QSMP is that, for a lot of people, the villain wasn't a character in the lore. It was the silence. Let's start when everything still looked perfect. QSMP is in full swing. Multilingual lore, insane builds, emotional arcs, streamers crying on camera over Minecraft eggs. It feels like the most ambitious SMP ever made. Fans are locked in. They know every character, every relationship, every tiny plot twist. And then, slowly, something starts to feel off. A creator goes quiet. Another just stops logging into the server. Someone who used to stream QSMP 3 times a week now barely mentions it. At first, people assume life stuff, burnout, scheduling, other projects, the usual. But then one day, someone opens a stream schedule and realizes, wait, why isn't this creator on QSMP at all anymore? Rumors start. Were they kicked? Did something happen behind the scenes? Is there drama nobody's talking about? Viewers flood chats with questions. Mods time them out. Comments about QSMP mysteriously don't get answered. Fans go to Twitter, TikTok, Reddit trying to connect dots that aren't publicly there. The worst part? There's no clear statement. No, hey guys, I'm stepping away from QSMP for personal reasons. No official post explaining a departure. Just this weird, heavy gap. And because the internet hates a vacuum, people rush to fill it. Threads appear like, what happened between Quackity and this creator? Here's why I think they were secretly removed. People analyze tiny things, unfollows, likes, what someone didn't say in a Q&A. A late response or an awkward pause becomes proof of bad blood. Meanwhile, QSMP itself is still pushing forward. New events, new arcs, new faces. For the people still in the story, nothing stops. But for some fans, the world they loved now has a glitch in it. Characters missing, questions unanswered, emotions they're not allowed to name. Eventually, Quackity does talk about the server's future in long streams and announcements, explaining that the project is huge, things are changing, people have different schedules and obligations. He talks about restructuring, making QSMP sustainable, all of that. For some, that's enough. For others, it feels late. The criticism shifts from, why did this person leave, to something bigger. Why are we always the last to know? Why does it feel like things happen in secret and we only see the fallout? Why is communication always reactive instead of honest from the start? This is where the backlash really lives. Not in one dramatic blow-up, but in a growing feeling that QSMP, as a project, asks fans to care deeply about its story, while keeping them in the dark about the people behind it. Some viewers see it as understandable. It's a massive multilingual production. You can't publicly narrate every contract, every conflict, every quiet exit. Others see it as a red flag. Over time, the server becomes a kind of Rorschach test. If you trust Quackity, you see a stressed creator doing his best to keep a giant, messy, beautiful thing alive. If you don't, you see a boss who doesn't communicate, quietly lets people vanish, and offers explanations only when the pressure gets loud enough. And that's why this controversy mattered. It wasn't just about who stayed or who left. It was about how much transparency fans expect from a creator-run studio world. QSMP proved people will invest their hearts in a Minecraft story, but it also proved something else. If you don't tell them what's happening behind the curtain, they'll write their own version anyway. But the communication issues around QSMP weren't the only challenge Quackity would face. His next move would test something different, whether his audience trusted him beyond entertainment. The comeback was supposed to be perfect. After months of silence, Quackity finally drops a new YouTube video. No lore, no raids, no Minecraft eggs, a product. He introduces it like a game changer, an app that can translate you in real time. Different languages, one conversation. Streamers, creators, communities, all finally able to talk without a wall of language between them. He calls it Dababel. The idea, honestly genius. Imagine joining a call where everyone speaks their native language, but you all understand each other. Imagine streaming with subtitles and voice translation built in. For someone whose whole brand is bridging English and Spanish, it feels like the most Quackity thing he could possibly build. The trailer looks slick. The branding is clean. The vision is huge. And then people see the price. Screenshots start hitting Twitter and Reddit. Weekly subscription plans. Not monthly, weekly. Numbers that make people blink and zoom in like, wait, that says per week, right? $9.99 a week here. Bigger plans, over $100 a week for businesses. Credit-based systems that feel less like fun app and more like enterprise SaaS. Suddenly, the comments under the hype turn into questions. Who is this even for? Why is it priced like a corporate tool if you marketed it to your fans? Bro, I love you, but this is insane. But pricing is only the first crack. Not long after launch, a new post goes viral. Someone claiming they hacked part of Dababel's website. They show a screenshot of a plan literally renamed on the page. It's not some Hollywood-level breach, but it's enough to make everyone ask, if the pricing page can be messed with that easily, how tight is the rest of this thing? And once people start doubting the security, their eyes drift to something else most users usually ignore: the privacy policy. Clips of it get screen capped and spread across social media. Long sections about data collection, device info, usage logs, analytics. People start saying, yo, is this app basically harvesting my voice and data? Even if the text doesn't literally say, we're training AI clones of you, the tone feels corporate, legal, cold. The same creator who built his career being the relatable guy on stream now has his name on something that reads like any other big tech toss. And that disconnect hits hard. Drama channels pounce. TikToks appear. Do not download Dababel until you see this. Reddit threads break down every paragraph like it's a conspiracy board. Some people defend him. It's a translation app. Obviously, it needs audio access. This is normal for tech products. Others are harsher. He made a tool to connect communities and priced it so high most of his community can't use it. Did he really launch this before hardening security? Quackity and his team push small clarifications. Things are being patched. Traffic was intense. Policies are being refined. But the conversation has already shifted. The question isn't, is Dababel cool? It's, do you trust Dababel? And that's why this controversy mattered so much. It wasn't about a joke, a raid, or a server this time. It was about Quackity stepping fully into tech founder territory and discovering that in that world, people don't just judge your idea. They judge your pricing. They judge your security. They judge every line of your legal fine print. Dababel proved he could dream big again. It also proved that when your name is on the login screen, you don't just carry a fandom anymore. You carry all of their fears about what happens the moment they click allow. But beyond specific controversies about servers and apps, there was a deeper issue that had been quietly building for years. The harshest thing a creator ever reads online usually isn't "you suck." It's "I miss the old you." That's the sentence that's been quietly haunting Quackity for the last few years. Think about how long some people have watched him. They were there for the scuffed mic, for the badly lit facecam, for the Roblox raids, the Club Penguin chaos, the Discord trolling, videos that felt like you'd stumbled into a call with the funniest kid in your friend group. No studios, no production Bible, just pressure cut editing, screaming, and 1,000 in-jokes. Back then, the relationship between creator and viewer felt simple. I'm an idiot on the internet, and you're here to watch me be an idiot. But then everything started getting bigger. Minecraft explodes. Dream SMP happens. Suddenly, Quackity isn't just making one-off chaos videos. He's part of this massive, serialized story. Millions of people hang on every stream. Clips get translated. Fan art turns into art movements. And then he scales up again. QSMP, multilingual events, cross-continental casts, custom tech, studios, staff, brand deals. The streams start to look different. They're not just him opening random games and yelling. They're scheduled story beats, planned events, huge collabs with dozens of moving parts. He's not just a YouTuber anymore, he's showrunner, producer, sometimes CEO. And that's when the comments begin piling up. Remember when he was just sitting in his room, screaming? Man, I miss when he didn't care about being professional. I miss old Quackity. At first, it's nostalgia, and nostalgia is normal. People miss the era of their own lives that those videos are attached to. Old bedroom, old school year, old friend group. They project all of that onto him, but slowly it turns into something heavier. On Reddit, you see threads like, "Why does everything feel so corporate now? I feel like I'm watching a studio instead of a guy." On Twitter, people point out how little he uploads compared to before, how different his thumbnails look, how much time goes to events, apps, business. The subtext becomes, "You changed, and I didn't give you permission." For Quackity, that's the impossible balancing act. If he stayed exactly the same, people would say he's stagnating. Because he grew, some say he left them behind. Meanwhile, he's getting older. His life isn't the same as it was when he was spamming raids into kid games. He's managing teams, dealing with contracts, trying to build things that outlive one random viral video. And the fans? They're growing up too. Some outgrow him. Some cling to the comfort version of him in their head. Some love the new era and don't miss the old one at all. The "I miss the old Quackity" discourse isn't really about one scandal or one moment. It's a slow ache, a feeling that the messy, chaotic friend on your screen turned into someone important, and you're not sure how to relate to that. Why does it matter? Because it shows the cost of success that nobody talks about. The more a creator builds, the more they risk losing the version of themselves that made people fall in love with them in the first place. Quackity didn't just go from raids to events. He went from being your guy to being a guy who has to choose between staying small and staying honest about how big his life actually got. So, what do these three controversies tell us about Quackity's evolution? That building something bigger than yourself comes with a price. That transparency matters just as much as ambition when you're running a community-driven project. That launching a product tests trust in ways entertainment never does. And that sometimes the hardest criticism to face isn't about what you did wrong. It's about the fact that you changed at all. Quackity's journey from raid YouTuber to multilingual entrepreneur shows the impossible balance creators face. Grow too slowly and you're stagnating. Grow too fast and you're corporate. Stay the same and you're boring. Change too much and you've lost yourself. Through QSMP's communication issues, Dababel's rocky launch, and the constant "I miss the old you" discourse, one thing becomes clear. Quackity isn't just making content anymore. He's building infrastructure. And infrastructure doesn't have the same relationship with an audience that a bedroom stream does. Whether his evolution is inspiring or alienating depends entirely on whether you followed him for who he was or who he was trying to become. And that's it for today's video. What do you think about Quackity's transformation from chaos creator to entrepreneur? Do you miss the old Quackity, or are you here for the new vision? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing different takes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who'd find it interesting too. It really helps the channel grow, and it keeps me motivated to bring you even more wild stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.